everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I'm Jamie.
And Jack is not here tonight.
He was so disgusted, he just left.
Well, I tried to get Jay to join us.
He was never here.
He was not. He's doing the Rumblecast tonight, actually.
He's got other things to do.
He's got other things planned. So it's just us girls tonight.
Jay said no way, Jose.
Well, he hasn't really watched the season. I was like, well, just watch the episode with me and come on, and you can just talk about it like from that perspective because you've seen Survivor before. And then he did end up coming up and watching he missed like the first 15 minutes and he came up and watched it. And then by the end, I kept saying from the very beginning, I was like, Steven's going home. Steven's going home. This is clearly Steven's boot episode. Steven's going home.
In fact, you predicted it last week.
Did I? Yes, it sounds like I did.
You did.
But I kept saying that. I was like, he was the person who got the confessional in the very beginning that was like, yes, we did it. Best blindside ever. We're so smart. Yeah. And I was just like, that's your GG quote. And then friggin' Rizzo at the end was like, GG, Steven. And I was like, oh yeah, Rizzo knows.
Here's a news flash to the we're so smart, Steven. Steven, apparently you were the only one smart left in the whole game. And
truly. I mean,
now you're gone.
I like Sage and Christina and even Sophie and Rizzo and Savannah to an extent, but like it's astonishingly bad gameplay.
They're just not very.
It is
great
just
at this.
incredibly bad. Like Sage they just got somebody out on a revenge tour for flipping.
Yeah.
And then you flip. And and you flip in such an obvious way where you're telling everybody that you flip, where you're worried that you can't beat Steven. Girl, you can't beat Savannah or Rizzo. You can't beat Savannah, who has won 3 immunities and manages. Again, they just have to get up there and be like, "Hey, so it was 2 against 11, and then it was 2 kind of 3 against 10, and then 2 3 against 9, and then like 3 against 8, and 3 against 7, and now we're down to 3 against 3, and we still managed to pull it out. Just the fact that Rizzo has been able to fake play, whether it's his real idol or a fake idol, for weeks, like multiple weeks in a row now, and nobody has even astonishingly bad gameplay. Like what they should have done tonight, and
that they should have live. First of all, the second Sophie tried to get that advantage from Steven, and they knew that Sophie had just bombed it, and that Steven was that the vote was gonna hold for Steven. At that moment, that tribal should have gone live.
It should have gone live. Well, I don't know.
Because they have started talking. Like, Steven should have immediately gone and said, okay, are we good? Because at that moment, they didn't know Sophie was going to do this to Steven. That could have been enough for them to, like, maybe Sophie's the one to get out. Maybe we can because it was one more week or one more day.
It was 4-1 Steven, right? Everybody flipped on him?
Yes.
Which again is absolutely wild. Like, do they all? I mean, when you're out there, everybody has main character syndrome, where you think that you're like winning the game, but like,
I'm flabbergasted. Like at that moment, it should have been Rizzo, Savannah. You don't have a vote. Period. Rizzo, it's either going to be you or it's going to be Sophie. And then that's
they should have just split the vote. Like, honestly, if Christina and Sage should have just split the vote.
Yeah.
That's it.
Colleen, we just can't have nice things.
Because at the very end, it would have just forced a tie. Because you would have had maybe 2 Steven votes versus 2 Sophie votes, or 2 Rizzo votes, maybe. Or just, I don't even know at that point. Like, but the worst case, they should have split. It just... wild. Like, I don't know how Sage and Christina don't look at how this tribal went and not be like, oh, we're effed.
Yeah,
like there's just no way. We've got Showmanship McGee, we've got the woman that can't be defeated in a challenge. Like, it's in and Sophie.
You know what, I'm starting okay, all the things that I said last week when I was like, I just don't think that they think that Savannah can win it because I don't think she's got a lot of fans sitting in jury, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
She does.
That may or may not hold true. But I'm starting to think that why we're getting a Savannah and Rizzo return for season 50 is because the producers are like, let's see if they can actually play with when they're with other people that can play the game.
Right.
Like, let's put them with other people that kind of know what they're doing.
Mike Bloom I just looked on Twitter for the first time since before it started. But my top tweet is Mike Bloom. I'm confused as a goat on AstroTurf. That is my reaction to basically every decision made at Tribal Council.
Yes.
Like,
so say we all, Mike.
But you know what? At least for Steven, what he can oh, by the way, now I see Dalton Ross's tweet. I was going to bring this up. It's wild that the technicality that he has to play Knowledge is Power before he leaves camp, then officially relieves it from his possession. That's pretty cool. That actually,
I loved that.
Not Knowledge, the block of vote. That actually makes it more powerful than almost everything but an idol.
Listen.
That's like the Tyler Perry block of vote in a way.
Yes. And you know what? Okay. This episode, I'll give this episode this. It was a wild ride. Crazy. It was a wild ride because I'm like at the beginning, like, yeah, this is where Sophie's going to get that idol. And this is how dumb you are for holding on to it and waggling in front of everybody's face to, Sophie's apparently communing with God. It's not going to happen. She's sticking with her too. Somebody on the other side is going, oh no. And then it's, oh my God, Steven could play it and it relieves him of it. And it's safe now. And Sophie might actually switch because now she's thinking about what her grandma would say over what God would say.
Well, guess what? And her grandma thinks that she's an idiot. She should have went for Rizzo.
Sophie's grandma's out there being like, what now? Yeah, I'm a little bit bummed out at the end, without a doubt. But yeah, editing gave us a ride this week. At least it was that. I don't know. I don't have much else to say.
I am also flummoxed at. I don't know. I guess on one hand,
all are like we're all there. We are all right there. This is the time.
But I mean, credit where credit's due. The fact that Savannah and Rizzo have got everybody scared of the two of them, one of who has an idol that could have been flushed at any freaking point.
Can we decide that though? Are they scared of them, or are they just vastly ignorant to how stupid they are next to them?
Both.
You know what I mean? I don't know how scared they should be. A little bit more worried about her.
It's a genius strategy. But I can't believe that it's worked. It's worked like 9 people in a row, whatever it is, 5 people in a row. Like, I cannot believe that every single person on that jury was a part of a ultimate majority alliance, and the 2 people that were at the bottom, not even Sophie, the 2 people that were at the bottom of the alliance were the ones that were just controlling the vote the entire time. And that is, I mean, at the one hand, like, that's Kim Spradley level of gameplay, I guess. But on the other hand, like, you're supposed to be, super fans that know the show. Like, you don't. Wild. Anyway, I'll let you talk. Because there were things that happened. I got a bunch of letters from home. That was cool.
I really didn't care about the letters from home. I'm with Savannah on this one.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the letters from home. I don't, except for it did check mark off something on Rizzo, like a preconceived idea I had of him, and that was this guy cries and like he sing cries. He's one of those that sing cries, and he did. So I could check that off. That's all the letters of home provided me. Like, Rizzo is exactly who I figured he would be. Check. That's
at least he's entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, I knew he had to be entertaining if they were going to want him back.
Yeah.
You got to bring something to the table, and he's not a mastermind, but he brings something, some sort of energy. He's bringing the young viewers in as, look at this guy. He's just like me. That energy.
Guess. I don't know.
I can tell you this much, that I'm confused as to where Christine is in all of this.
Christina.
Yeah, I don't think Christina's even like.
I mean, she's kind of like the Mitch.
Yeah. I mean, but she doesn't
but
even.
not the Mitch also, because she
doesn't care about making a move.
Yeah.
She's
like,
never like, I need to
Christina.
jump in and play Survivor. She's just like literally there and seeing how far she can go, I guess. I mean, listen, some people are just really comfortable being a second or third place. They just want to get to that final stretch. They want to experience everything and see how far they can go. I'm not
fine, I guess.
I'm not even
whatever. The
judging
world
at this point.
It's a social experiment. The world is made up of many people. Whatever,
And,
fine.
Yeah. And when you are
at this
playing,
point,
if you were playing the game with a lot of people that were really gaming, then I might look at that and be like, come on, you got to do something. But in this cast, I'm like, you know what? That's fair. Just sit in that raft and float down the river. You'll probably get
don't know,
because no one's cutting anybody that they should. So just hang in there. You'll get your place. Okay, like Sage is my winner's pick, but in this world, I don't see her in the final 3. Like, I cannot see where final 3 works for her.
I think that's the thing, is that at least if they had kept Steven in, Steven was not going to keep Savannah and Rizzo around if he could help it.
Nope. I don't think he would have.
And Savannah, and hey, newsflash, Christina and Sage, Savannah and Rizzo don't want you guys in their final 3.
That's just it. They don't even.
Sophie, they probably don't even care if you're there or not. Like, you're just a number to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were the one that you were the one they didn't want to leave when they went to their reward. Because she could possibly go over there.
That's exactly it. Is they didn't want anybody whispering, and I hate to say it, but you're correct. I think you're absolutely right. They didn't want anybody whispering in her ear or saying anything that can hurt. So it was safe to keep her close.
Yeah, because look at all those people. It is clear. Savannah is very right when she says none of them really want to work with me. Out of the kindness of their heart, she knows that she's not friends with them. And if you're offering up a reward, you have to bring somebody with, the last thing you're going to do is leave a bunch of angry people with somebody who you're not 100% sure. And Sophie's worked with them before. That would have been dangerous. They would have been better off bringing Steven. I mean, if they didn't bring Sophie, but
I don't know about
that. There's no way Savannah's never working with Sage. That was never going to happen.
Well, Sage is an idiot.
Yeah, it's just,
and the fact that she also flipped after losing to Savannah that is crazy.
Yeah,
it's not like she has Stockholm syndrome. She doesn't like Sage. What is that point? What world are you living in where somebody that's about to tie the record, and probably will tie the record for most immunity wins, who has a story of being scrappy to fight her way from the bottom all the way up to the top? What world do you think that you're going to win against her? I'm sorry, unless you just think that people dislike her so much that they wouldn't vote for her. But now you've got an enemy on the jury that's going to tell people not to vote for you.
Well, and as far as the storytelling goes, again, this shows you just how annoyed I am with everything, because I was really rooting for Sage, but at this point I'm just laughing at the story arc that we've gotten out of this episode, because we've got the whole like you said, the opening with Steven, ah ha ha, best move ever, I'm the best, and then you've got the whole thing with Sage where she's like, I'm not afraid of karma. Well, you said this, that you not going on this reward was karma. Well, really it's not. But I love that we got that little bit, because you just voted out Steven. And if you make it to final 3, I think karma's coming in the shape of Steven. I don't think it's going to come into the shape of anybody else in that jury. If you made it to final 3, Steven's going to be the one that says, what the hell were you doing? Why did you do that? You don't deserve to be there. Like,
yeah.
It's a sad closure for Sage, but I think this was the end of her path. It was so bad. It was so bad. And again, Christina gets by proxy because, like, there's, again, I could see a world where I don't know that that's how I'm going to have my final 5 written or not. I'm still kind of playing with it in my head, but I could very well see where we have Rizzo and we have Savannah final 2, and then Christina and Sophie have to do fire. Because I could see them considering taking Christina over Sophie, because Christina is a for sure 0 vote situation. I still think Sophie is too.
I think so.
But Sophie, I don't know what their perception is at this point.
Yeah, I think Sophie's sorry, Sophie. She had the right read where she had to make a move, but she just didn't make the right move.
She didn't make the right move. If she would have played, okay, let's talk about that. How do you think this would have gone down differently had she said to Rizzo, "I want your idol"? If she would have went that route.
I think that in that case, I don't know. I mean, Steven still could have gone home in that case.
Yep.
But I do think that taking that shot at Rizzo may have made her the target next week, but I don't know. Sage and Savannah also, like, Sage is pretty annoying. So it's a great question. That's a great question. If I think that maybe it would have given her credit with jury, for sure.
It would have given her something, yeah.
Because then she would have had the idol, and then next week she could have played the idol, right?
Yes, because it was good for another round.
Because maybe the tribal goes live then, or maybe they just say, "All I gotta say is stick to the plan," and it still is Steven. And then
you think Sophie
can play that idol at the next, because she ain't winning immunity. She could play it at 5, and then at least have a chance to make her way over to fire.
Do you think she would have taken Rizzo's idol rather than the advantage of Steven's if she would have known that idol was good for one more tribal? Because in her mind, also, this was the last round.
In what world because the idol is good till 5, right? Rizzo just lied.
Yes, he just lied.
So, like, how does she not know that?
She's
seen Survivor before. I mean, it's a pretty much like universal from the very beginning rule of every idol except Kagayan's idol, which was also a lie because Tony just made that up that he could play it until the end, like till the final, whatever.
That's why it's important to ask for the parchment that came with whatever you earned. It's always like, let me see the parchment is one of the most legitimately like intelligent things that you can do when someone says they have this advantage or they have an idol. Oh, let me see the parchment that came with it, because you're reading the fine print.
Right. That, I mean, and nobody's required to show it to you. And
no, you're not, but you can ask for it.
And I think it depends on the situation. Like, you have somebody like Savannah or Rizzo, they might get, or Sage, they might get super paranoid about it and make you a target.
They could, but if you don't show them the parchment, if you ask for it and then they say, I lost it, you're going to immediately be like, okay, we're not being 100% on the up and up about this advantage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, if you have a secret, keep the secret. But if somebody confronts you, it's always best to provide the proof, because you want people to believe you. You don't want to give them any reason to think that they can't. So if you ask for it, they bother people a little bit, like, oh my God, like, she's really pushy. But now you have the proof. And in this case, it could have, put Sophie as a final 2 contender instead of maybe a final 3.
Yeah, I agree, actually. Yeah. Okay, so just to replay this, so we're on the same page, I think. If Sophie takes Rizzo's idol, she gets it. Maybe there's a live tribal, whatever. She tries to figure out if she's going home or not. Who knows? But let's say the vote stays on Steven. She can play this at 5, as it's meant to be. And then she has a chance to then to make fire, get to the end. And then you're right. She has a better resume at the end, because what is stealing Steven's block of vote going to do when she's still in the more dominant alliance.
It was like, I'm just gonna make sure that this advantage I have just doesn't go to waste. You know, it was like,
I don't even think that. I think this was
doing
the
a
right time
stale-
to make a move because everything expires next.
you just
tribal,
don't don't want it to go to waste. But it's a bit like chewing on a stale piece of gum. Like, sure, you're still getting a piece of gum, but it doesn't taste very good, and it's like, it's not impressive. You know, it's
I wouldn't have even told anybody that I had it, even my trimates. And I
Yeah,
know Jack would agree. Brian in the chat says, "Welcome to O'Doul's non-alcoholic beer version of Survivor. Knowledge is definitely not power with these morons." Oh,
so true. Speaking of O'Doul's, did they have like, I guess I didn't look. Did they have margaritas with their?
they had they were
reward?
sipping out of margarita glasses. He said they were having margaritas, so I would
Okay.
assume.
Well, that's why Sophie opened her mouth about having that.
That's what I'm saying. If
advantage to begin
I
with.
was on Survivor, I would decline all of the alcohol until the very end because I would not want to
Yep.
let my loose lips slip.
You got it. That would have. I bet she wouldn't have said anything. I almost bet she wouldn't have said anything to either of them.
We'll never know.
Well, we'll have to find out if anything's said about it in post interviews. But, girl, we're all disappointed. We're all pretty disappointed. I mean, yeah. I guess if you're a really big Savannah fan, you're probably not disappointed at all. This was probably a thrill. You know? Oh, look, your girl's going right to the end. She's walking in there. Just hand her the check and let her go home. Jeez.
Crazy.
At this rate. So, yeah, we did get a lot of really like evil Savannah grins anytime she mentions someone else's misfortunes. She's just can't help herself. But from smiling ear to ear. So we got a couple of those confessionals.
We were talking about this on the broadcast, like how she thinks she's Parvati, but she's not quite Parvati.
Yeah. She's like, you know, she's got Parv-esque.
Like if we're going, but it's not even like she's flirting with everybody to like get her way, or like it's not even that. Rizzo is kind of also running a lot of point with like, you should vote this person out. Savannah's just like, my goal is to keep safe.
Yes. So do you think that Rizzo's the one who stands to win this over Savannah at this point, or do you think it's still Savannah?
No, I think it's still Savannah.
Okay.
I
feel like it could be either, but I'm going to lean towards Savannah, I think, at this point. I would love so much for it to be something different, or to have it be a little bit more like, who knows? It could be anybody, but no, not with these guys. I don't think that's going to be happening. It's been a tough road. It's been a long.
I don't like saying that I don't like a season, but like maybe it's just because I'm old and I'm tired. I'm struggling more through this season than I have on other seasons.
Okay, first and foremost, as the older of the pair doing this podcast right now,
not by much, but okay.
Not because you're old and tired. It's because the format that they're using is old and tired. And the cast isn't good interesting personalities, and the people are great people. But as far as gamers go, definitely not awesome. It's been a tough season. It just has. I really haven't rewatched any season, but I would definitely be like, please don't make me rewatch 49.
Yeah.
I would literally ask to not have
so much, and maybe it's just editing, but there's just so much mind-blowing, boggling choices that we're seeing.
There's so much of this that reminds me of the Hourglass season. Like there's so much of
Erica's season.
Yes.
Well, by that principle, then Christina's going to win because we've seen no reason why Christina should win.
But I mean, look at like you have a season with somebody like Xander. Okay, Xander had so many confessionals. Like was definitely a main character the entire season. Seemed to be a fairly likable human being, had some sort of idea of how the game was being played, was decent in challenges.
Yeah.
But then he's like, he gets no votes and he's out of there. And we're like, what in the world And then we find out later, it's like nobody actually really liked him that much. Like his social game of having friends on the jury was non-existent.
Right.
And so you're like, this whole time you think, well, he's going to be an obvious pick to win this, and not even close, it turns out. So this could be something that goes that way, but the editing feels, there's so many times where we go, something doesn't feel right, we're missing something.
That, because everything's in its will, was literally just it just feels like we are just being shown the means to the end, which is Rizzo and Savannah are on 50. Everybody knows it. Here's the Rizzo and Savannah show. But that doesn't make for great TV for the rest of us.
No. I think that they made a big mistake showing us the cast reveal so soon for 50. I think that
they didn't reveal. Did they reveal, or just kind of became a leak that was very common knowledge that they just didn't deny?
They revealed all of the cast and then had mystery to
right. That's what I thought.
Season. But they gave it away pretty quickly when we have the people that are picked from last season. Like we already have a winner, so we know, they're going to take a new winner. That doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
You know, and it didn't take long for it to leak at that point. Maybe it still would have leaked. Maybe it was going to leak and they knew it, and they weren't originally going to release the 50 until the leak was obvious. Don't know. I just know that it really hurt any true enjoyment when it comes down to these two people playing the game, because I feel like we're all like focused on the go to 50 so much more than the 49.
Yeah.
I'm like, I honestly am looking forward to seeing 50 and seeing, like, can these two players like play this game? Can they actually? Because they've really played this game with some of the worst ever.
I know.
The worst. Again, if anybody watching this is friends or family or whatever, like, they're lovely people, I'm sure of it. But as far as the game goes, no one's gaming. No one's giving me goosebumps. Not one.
Let's just real quick. Does Christina have a path to the end?
Yes.
What's her path?
Her path is fire, maybe. I haven't seen any of them make fire at all this season, so I'm not sure who the fire makers are.
God, wouldn't it be great if we just didn't have fire?
Oh, yeah, wouldn't it be so nice? I also think Christina has a path to the end because if for some reason, this isn't going to happen, but if for some reason, final immunity, let's say Sage gets it. Let's say she wins final immunity. I could see her picking Christina because they work together, but also knowing Christina's not going to get these votes. Like, I don't think she'll get the votes over me because she hasn't done really well in challenges, and she hasn't been in charge of any major moves. I could out-talk my way to a win against her. So that way is possible.
Okay.
I think it's possible if Sophie were to win final immunity. Okay. Savannah, I think, would pick Rizzo, like hand pick Rizzo every time. I don't think she would drop him off at the. Would Rizzo drop off Savannah, or would he pick somebody else?
No, I don't think he would. I think he would keep it Savannah. Okay, let me rephrase this. Does Christina or Sage, do they realistically have paths to win?
To win.
Because I don't see what we've been shown. I don't see, unless Christina pulls off some major upset, I don't see Christina winning.
Christina doesn't have a path to win. I do not believe.
I think Sage has. I think that she burned every bit of goodwill. Yeah, redeeming Joanne last week. I think she might have last week. I think she may have burned those bridges with the Steven flip, but Christina flipped too. But I don't know if Christina is as much of a contender, but who knows? Maybe everybody there just really dislikes Rizzo and Savannah enough.
Yeah. I think Sage really hurt herself tonight. I think this is the biggest mistake she could have made in her game.
Especially because they showed her being like, I can't beat you, dude. Sorry.
Now, that's not to say that Sage has 0% chance of winning, because I could see, because we've gotten so many times where Sage is getting closer and closer and closer in these challenges. She could maybe possibly win the last one. She wouldn't be the first person who never won one until the last one. You know, so maybe. Who would she bring that would guarantee her the win? Probably Christina, maybe Sophie. You know, I mean, there's a little wiggle room for her if she were to win that last challenge.
Do we think let's percentage wise, who do you think right now, and then we'll go to break, who do you think has the best chance of winning? I would put Savannah, Rizzo, Sage, Sophie, Christina. But I could also flip it Christina, Sophie, because I could see people thinking that Sophie, because Alex is bitter, Sophie having a coattail.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really that's pretty well matched to sort of what I'm vibing with in my head. I think that I think where mine would flip is not between Sophie and Christina, but maybe the Sophie and Sage could alternate.
Okay.
But I feel like third is probably an okay position percentage-wise. I think 70% right now, 75% Savannah wins this. Which makes me sad. That's not what I wanted to admit, but I'm there. I'm admitting it now.
You haven't been prepared all season that Savannah or Rizzo are likely the winners?
Girl, I am always trying to run against the odds.
Yeah, fair enough.
Always.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we've got an email from Mandy, and we'll do the final tally of the votes. Also, we need to talk about that Mr. Beast Beast Game Season 2 picture where he teased him on the beach in Fiji with Jeff Probst.
Yeah, what's up?
Which Jesse from 43, Jesse was Instagramming, storying it up a storm, saying that he blames his son Gio for it. So my crackpot theory,
come on.
My crackpot theory is that Jesse did not do 50 because there was some conflict of interest with his kid doing Mr. Beast Games Survivor Edition.
Oh, okay.
And by the time anybody hears this, maybe this has been announced already, but that's my theory as of 10:20 p.m. on Wednesday night on the.
No, I think that is so much more sound than
not having Jesse on 50.
Didn't want Jesse on it. What? Yes, of course. Yes, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah. Okay, Len, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do all the things I just said. Here we go. All right, we're back. We got an email from Mandy, and Mandy says, I'm so annoyed that Sophie shared she has knowledge is power.
Girl,
what is with Jeff and the voices? He must be smoking the good stuff in Fiji. And another failed knowledge is power. Ugh, this could have been so good. Her grandmother is so disappointed.
Yeah, she is. Oh, Sophie.
Mandy continues, damn it, Steven, I'm done. Knowing Rizzo and Savannah comes back really ruined what could have been a great end of game to watch.
There you go.
And then she sent a picture of Tyra Banks with the
we were rooting for you.
Yeah, we're rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. How dare you?
Yep, that. Sometimes there's no better words than those. Yeah, it's a disappointment for sure. I didn't like it. It was internet wide. I will tell you, all the socials that are like live tweeting and skeeting and all of the eatings. Everyone was like, "What, Sophie? What? Excuse me? What?" No one was pleased with the revealing of her advantage and all of that.
All right, I'm gonna try to share my tab here. Here we go. All right. Preseason picks. Let's do the last of it. Who got voted out tonight? Steven. Everybody had him making the merge. So moving over. We all get points. Look at that. Jamie, you now have 10 points. Jack has 8 points. I have 11 points. As far as winners pick, you've got Sage 15. Jack has Sage. She's got 10. I have Savannah 15. All right. As for who goes home last week, you had Savannah this week. Jack had Rizzo. I had Steven. I get a point here. Now, of course, none of this could matter if with the way the tally of the votes go in the last bit. So
yeah.
Jack gave us his, let me pull it up real quick. So Jack gave us what's it called? His picks. Oh, here you go. His five. So he thinks Sage goes out next. And then his 5 was Sage at 5, which would be 1 point. He thinks Christina is at 4. He thinks that Sophie is at 3. Rizzo is 2. And Savannah wins. And then for fire, because last time we had added the fire challenge people.
Right.
So let me just hold on. Fire. All right. This. I'm doing this on the spot here.
On the spot. So who does he think's going to be doing? Who's battling?
So he thinks that fire is going to be Christina versus Sophie.
Okay.
And then Sophie wins.
Okay.
So. Okay. I can go next, or you can go if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll give you mine. I have Sophie for 5.
Okay. So you think she's the first vote out next week? This is just ways to pad points. Okay.
Yeah. So Sophie, and then I have Christina, Sage, and then Riz and Savannah.
I realize I've been spelling Rizzo wrong this whole time, but whatever. Half this time. All right. And then Savannah. And then I'm going to start at the beginning. I think Savannah's going to win.
Yeah.
I actually think that Sage might
come in as 2.
So here's my theory. I don't see Rizzo. I think that if it's between Rizzo and Savannah, I don't see Rizzo getting any votes.
That's fair.
So I could see him either tying for 3rd with the 0 votes and Savannah sweeping, or somebody like Sophie or Sage sneaking in with just 1 vote.
Okay.
That is, I could see that. My heart wants me to say that Sage is going 5th because she flipped.
I can't believe she did that, girl. Oh my God.
I know.
It's so sad. I actually put a really big sad face next to my note that says Sage flipped.
All right, different. I'm gonna say Christina's going out at 5.
All right.
I'm gonna say Sophie B is going out at 4. And then I think it could be Rizzo, Sage, Savannah. And I know this is crazy talk. As far as fire goes,
yes.
Which I had told Jack, you do not need to put in order. Oh, so I think that Christina is going to be. You do not need to put it in order. So, like, you have Christina at 4 and Sage at 3. You don't have to put Christina versus Sage in fire if you don't want to. This is literally just ways to get extra points.
Okay. Just to grab some extra points. So you don't have to have them in like the logical order to your pick?
Yes.
It's just you're just spreading the sheet right now. Okay.
Yes.
Then for fun, I'm gonna put Sophie versus Rizzo for fire.
Okay, and who do you think wins?
Riz.
Okay. I know this is fascinating to anybody that's not watching this on the video.
Listen, just start writing the names out yourself. At this point, as long as Savannah is number 1, I'm pretty sure we're all going to be right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think at fire it's going to be. Let's see.
Yeah. Who's competing for fire in your world?
I think it's gonna be Sage versus Rizzo.
All right.
And then I will put that Rizzo wins.
Okay.
Because I can easily see that scenario as well.
Yeah. I wonder how much fire making one in the military has to do.
I don't
know. I could see where none could be the answer to that question, but maybe.
Yeah. But I could see a scenario Rizzo's like, all or nothing, baby. I want the full experience. Put me in at fire.
Oh God, that is him. You're right.
And then in that case, then Sophie would probably be a 0 vote finally.
Because he wants to risk it for the biscuit.
Risk it for the biscuit, baby. I mean, who doesn't? I wouldn't. It's a lot of money, but whatever. I'm not young and dumb.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? That's something that, okay, I think that is something that could possibly change going forward. Like the dynamic of how people play in the US versus like someplace like in Australia where the casting is different. I think because casting, like they're gone for so much longer in Australia, they pick people who can leave work for a longer amount of time, which is like they have a lot of CEOs and professional athletes that play in their games.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot easier to make a risky move when the winnings doesn't actually change your tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're somebody who's living paycheck to paycheck, you're going to be so afraid to make any like entertaining, risky move if it means losing this money.
And some people like Rizzo just have that like swagger. Like I'll just try. If this doesn't work, I'll try something else. There are genuinely people who are like that.
He wants to experience. He wants to have fun. But I think the majority of the people that get cast are like, this money would change my life. And the people where it's like, you want to root for that. That's exciting.
Maybe that's why they stopped casting olds like us.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they cast 20-year-olds.
Like, we cannot cast secure people. Like, we need a hot mess in here ASAP. I feel like that might be part of why the gaming is like no one's making any like Sophie, you know, like she had all the power to make a game-changing move. I don't think it would have been negative for her in that jury. I think they would have stood up for her in that jury. Like they would have literally gotten on their feet and clapped their hands at the end of that vote had she taken that idol.
Yeah.
But no, she was too scared to risk it.
Yeah.
And we were left going, womp, womp, yawn.
Yeah.
So
I agree. All right. And just one more thing before we go, just so it's out there. The fire challenge thing, this is only good for 2 points if you have these two challengers.
Right, these two.
And okay. To correct challengers plus one more for the winner.
Okay. All right.
This is just for funsies because why not? If this is a stupid
extra credit
and we don't like this next year, then we drop it. If we even do it next season, I don't know. I'm so down on Survivor right now. I'm like, I want a break.
Be fire. I'm telling you, I know it is.
Okay. All right. So So the whatever happens here has no bearing on the final 5. All right. On that note, any last predictions before we go?
I predict that I'm not gonna be excited about the winner of this season.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. That's it. That's all I got.
Cool. All right. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I predict that. Yeah.
Oh, I also predict that Sage is going to be really mad about something.
Yeah, she gets mad about something.
She's probably going to be really irritated and mad about something.
I think Sophie's going to pray about something. That's a good
chance that'll happen.
Yeah, that's a good bet too. Maybe we should point on all these things.
Does Rizzo play his idol in the last chance he can? Does he play it?
I don't know. He should, but he probably won't.
He'll want to keep it in his pocket.
Exactly.
This is where Q needs to dial in and tell him what a dumb idea that is. Big mistake.
Big mistake. Q. Can you imagine Q and Rizzo playing on the same beach next season?
Well, we're going to. We're going to see what that looks like. That's what I'm
Could be
saying.
very
50 is
fun.
going to be fire. It's going to be good. I feel
A
good.
lot
about
of
it.
personalities.
Exactly. I know there's going to be some drama. There has to be. Some of these personalities are pretty big.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On that note, thank you to everybody for listening. I am not sure if we're recording after the episode next week or if we're going to do it Thursday. Stay tuned. We'll announce it on Facebook. They're long and we're tired and old.
I have no life on Wednesday nights whatsoever, but I do respect those who have very busy Wednesdays.
It's not that I have a life. It's just it's late and I'm tired.
Yeah, it's that 2 hour long business. And, like tonight's episode, after a half hour, we pretty much knew what was going to happen for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Time to get your laundry done, folks.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, though, everybody, for listening. We'll see you next week for the finale to talk about. Thanks to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute to a certain level. That'd be Eckhart Rigner, Joanne with the Plan, Ed the Creepy, Poopy Head Mailman. Thanks, guys, so much. If you want to be a patron, patreon.com/JandJack. As always, you can send us an email, survivorjjc@gmail.com. We would love to know who you think is going to win, or after the episode ends, email us your thoughts about it. Please
give us your five.
Give us your five.
Ooh. How about you tell us who you think was going to go to fire and who was going to win?
That too.
Whatever pairing you want. What is your favorite go to fire pair?
Yeah, let us know. All right. On that note, though, thanks everybody. We will talk to you next week. We almost made it. On that note, my name is Colleen.
I'm still Jamie.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.